hot take, but the June SAT is the most important SAT of the year. In this video, I'm going to tell you why and help you find some motivation to get off your couch, open your Princeton Review prep book, and start studying. Oh, and yes, I'll also help you prepare for it. The first reason that it's so important is because many students are off of school at this point. Many students will have 2 or 3 weeks off of school before the exam date, which means 2 to 3 weeks that they can study. I would suggest spending 2 hours per weekday studying if you're off school and 1 hour per weekday if you still have school going on. For students who are taking APs, much of your schoolwork will have lightened by the middle of May. I'd also suggest spending time studying weekends, though this is going to look different for every single person. The great thing about preparing for the June SAT is because you have a little bit of a break, you're able to spend extra time, and hopefully you get a score that you're happy with so you don't have to retake in your senior year, and instead can spend the summer focusing on scholarships, your college applications, beginning your Common App essay, and the same thing in fall of your senior year instead of continuing to study for the SAT or switching over to the ACT. For students who are taking the exam in June, I suggest setting aside at least 2 or 3 weeks beforehand where you're doing some hardcore studying. Hopefully you've already taken it at least once in March or May, and you have a starting base score and you've done a little bit of studying. If you haven't, then go ahead and take one of the Blue Book practice tests to get a baseline idea where you need to work. If one of your scores is significantly lower, like 50 points or so, then I'd suggest focusing on that section. If you're scoring in 650 or below, use Khan Academy to help learn grammar rules, algebra rules, geometry formulas, all the different factual information that you might not remember from your math class or English class to help you improve those sections of the exam. Also, take a practice test and then retry the questions you got wrong without a timer until you're able to get them right and develop strategies for solving the problems. This technique is really good for people who are scoring above a 650 and don't need as much practice with the actual content and material that's covered, but more so in the way the questions are asked, because the SAT is tricky, it's a standardized test, and it doesn't want people to be able to naturally get all the answers right. Learning the test is key here, and this does take more time than simply learning content. It also takes a lot of review instead of doing a practice test and then another practice test and another practice test. It's important to create a step-by-step plan for how you're going to answer every single problem on test day. And because you have 2 to 3 weeks, you can spread the workload across this time. If you're planning on studying both sections, then I'd suggest planning to study for at least a week on every single section and maybe an extra week on the areas that you are weakest. Another reason that the June SAT is so great is because it does give you that baseline score so that if you do need to retake in August, get that score back, you understand what the testing environment's like, you understand what they're looking for, especially if you haven't taken it before, and can then spend the rest of the summer preparing for the August SAT. For all students though, I would suggest making this your last try, because at that point you're likely going to only see a 50-point improvement. Maybe your study strategies aren't working, maybe you've hit your peak, and it's just going to be far more worth it for you to put time into your community involvement, to your essays, into making a good impression on your recommenders and be more valuable things to do with your time. But taking the June SAT does prepare you for the August SAT. It does give you a baseline of where you're scoring so that you can spend the next 2 months plugging away. Maybe you'll be able to super score at the end of it. So basically, that's why the June SAT is the best. You have the most time to prepare for it out of all the exams aside from August, and you really don't want to test in August anyway, especially as a senior. And you do have that extra summer afterwards to prepare for the August test using your June SAT score as a baseline if needed. I hope you found this video helpful and it's helped you to set up your own study plan to find some motivation for preparing for that June SAT. As a senior who's going to college at Chapel Hill in the fall, please don't wait till August to take your first SAT, and please don't wait till your senior year to actually start studying. Get it done now. I know you can do it. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, throw those down in the comments below. Check out the rest of my channel, which includes tons of things about college applications, studying for the SAT, and more. You can find just about any SAT tips there because I was able to get a 1570 on the SAT myself, 790 on evidence-based reading and writing, and 780 on math. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.